Hey, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, ah, yo, ah.
My name is Leif Hellman. I'm the Director of Natural Resources for the Kuduk Tribe here in Orleans, California. We have a watershed restoration division within the Department of Natural Resources, and that division focuses entirely on forest roads and participates in collaborative processes with the Forest Service and others to determine the uses of the road systems and look at reduction in the number of road miles that are out there in the forests and the impacts that those roads are having on the fishery resources, which is of primary concern for us.
Yeah, I'm Earl Crosby, the Watershed Restoration Coordinator for the Kuduk Tribe, Department of Natural Resources. Been here since 2001. For many years now, there's been a philosophy on the Klamath River, at least in the Mid-Klamath, where you have it's river to ridges when we talk about restoration, that you don't concentrate just on a certain aspect of restoration on the Klamath River. You have to be able to work from, I believe, you work from the top to the bottom to be able to fix the whole thing. You can't just concentrate on one aspect that needs to be dealt with. It has to be a holistic approach that deals with all different types of restoration work, be it fuels work, be it reintroduction of fire, be it in-stream fisheries work, be it fish passage work. They all have to work together in concert to be able to bring the fish back to a level where you have your subsistence fishery again, where people can rely on the fisheries every year to be able to put food away for the winter. The scope of the work it's pretty mind-boggling at times. When you look at maps and you look at aerial photographs, you see hundreds of miles of road on this landscape, and you realize the serious lack of funding for any kind of maintenance. So what we have is legacy roads they're coming apart at the seams, undersized culverts. There's roads out here that we find roads when they're doing the work. All of a sudden we call them ghost roads, that they were put in. Nobody knows they're there except for the people who put them in at the time to be able to get the timber out. So this scope of work could go on for years, depending on the funding source. There's hundreds upon hundreds of miles of road that can be decommissioned without affecting, any future fuels work, any future timber harvest, any future recreational opportunities.
We've focused on certain critical areas and certain critical watersheds to do this work, and I think that we've built an effective model to not only to provide local family supporting jobs in our communities, but to provide positive benefits for our fishery resources that we depend on as Kuduk people.
It's directly impacting the fisheries and the wildlife that's out here, and part of what we're trying to do is trying to fix that, because the Kuduk are a fix the world people, and I think this is doing our part physically to be able to come out here and try to fix some of the damage that was done in the past. And what we do is more of it's a proactive. We try to fix the problem before it becomes a problem, because when the culverts fill or they get plugged, you lose all your fill volume, and that will eventually make its way down into the salmon spawning areas and smother the reds and pretty much destroy habitat for years to come until it's able to move that slug of sediment down and out through the system.
So this type of work has tremendous benefits for not just the tribe, but for the ecosystem and for lots of other communities besides tribal communities that depend on the fisheries of the Klamath River. So, we have commercial fishermen that depend on strong runs of salmon in the Klamath River. Lots of coastal communities and where they have services aimed at sport fishery and the like. So it's these type of projects have a tremendous positive impact on all of the communities within this region here, for sure. As far as the IRWIMP is concerned and tribal involvement in those processes, we've felt is another one of those areas where not only can we work within those processes to achieve more through projects like this. It's a very, very positive place for us to be engaged in, addressing critically important needs in terms of water resources.